Previously on Knight's Quest. He stepped out of the library. He is known as the Reader. He is a religious leader in this town because you believe in a deity called the Writer.
Thank you to the Bjornsons once again for their musical prowess.
Suddenly,
oh my god,
mid-speech, there is an explosion. You see smoke coming from the direction of the Gorbo mine. She finds the punch-in miner, the miner that everyone has to punch when they check in. His name is Jeremiah. She's talking with Jeremiah and counting everyone as they come out. Jeremiah confirms with Katrina that they are still missing 5 people. Vegetable stand owner stands next to you. He says, "People forgot about Baz al Ghul's tomb, and they dug, and I fear that they have dug too deep, and they have awoken Baz al Ghul from his tomb. We must go in there. It'll be clear out by tomorrow. Marina, you need to go down there." And we're back.
Hey.
Welcome, back at Knight's Quest.
This is a great start.
I never know how to start these things. So I work in an escape room, and one of the things we have to do is when people come in, they have to sign a waiver. And if they sign it online, I just have to double check. I'll be like, "Oh, what's your last name?" Make sure we have it on file. And someone came up to me the other day, and I'm like, "What's your last name?" And they said, "Salazar." And I was like, out of instinct, I said, "Can you spell that?" And then as they were spelling it, I'm like, "What the?"
Well, I mean, like, there's not going to be another way to spell it. I guess there could be.
So I met Salazar. Not Salazar Gorbo, mind you, but
You meant the good version. You meant the
that's true. They were
the
nice.
good doppelganger.
They were nice people. All right. So this is now day 4 of our adventures in Goldon, and as every episode begins, Rainer, you wake up. Now, again, as always, you can do whatever you want, but
What if we get to an episode and Raider doesn't wake up?
Oh no! Then I'll just freaking leave, I guess.
That's next time.
Yeah. No.
Just kidding. We're kidding. You wake up, and reminder, you went to bed. You had talked with Jonathan.
Yep.
About going into the mine and how he was super pumped and he had a hard hat and stuff ready to
And
go
there
for
was
you.
a friggin' awesome end credit scene where Jonathan tracked down Leroy.
Yeah, but he's staying at Leroy's place.
Like, "Hey, do you still have that hard hat?"
And he has it
like,
on the liquid-containing shelf.
Yeah.
So Jonathan's currently staying at Leroy Baker's place.
I'm trying to remember what I told Jonathan, because I probably told him, like, everything I knew. I think I told him that the vegetable guy told me I have to go down into the mine, right?
Oh, yeah.
I probably did.
Why not?
If
So-
not, we're just freaking... Oh, what's the word for that? When you...
Retcon?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, we're retconning that. This is our story, so fuck you. So if you need guidance, here's your map on what you can do.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to talk to your father, if you want to go talk to whatever, you can do whatever you want.
Oh, man, there was such an emotional conversation where I was talking to my dad, and I think I asked him... I didn't know how to phrase it, but I think I asked him something along the lines of, like, well, what would you do if I...
Oh, yeah.
If you lost me, too. And that was rough. That was really hard to get through, honestly. Like, there's still people trapped down there, right?
As far as we know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just on his mind. I think he definitely at least heads back to see if it looks any different with all the smoke and stuff. Like, there's no way he's just going to ignore it for the day.
For detail, do you cut through Town Square to get to the mine, or do you take the Dust Road, which is the road that the miners travel to and from to get to work?
The Dust Road, because that's a little quicker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think he wants to see it as soon as he can, because he's just anxious.
Okay. So you run down there, and I just want to make sure we get a part on where our other characters will be starting. What's Jonathan? How's he starting his day?
Jonathan's still asleep.
He's still sleeping, okay?
Yeah.
Anything about Quiz or Katrina?
Quiz has a hangover.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did have some drinks as well. He had some drinks as well.
Yeah.
So he's also still asleep?
He's a super lightweight. No, he's awake. He just doesn't like being awake.
Suffering.
Yeah. So Quiz is in his room with the shades drawn.
Mm-hmm.
Poor guy.
Kind of sitting next to a large kettle of, what's the tea?
Vendelic tea.
Vendelic tea.
Yeah.
That'll help, yeah.
just kind of sipping on that. He's got one, like, comically, he's got one of those, like, water bags on his head.
Yeah.
And, like, every so often, the butler guy will just, like...
Jerome?
Yeah, Jerome just comes in and just slams on the door to, like, knock. They have a little rivalry going back and forth.
Good.
He doesn't ever want anything, he just wants to bang on the door.
Wait, is it like it's one of those water pouches to, like, soothe?
Yeah.
Can he use chill water?
Oh,
so
chill drink it.
Wait, but I thought it was supposed to be hot.
No.
Oh, maybe
it's supposed to be hot?
Those things? Yeah, it sure could be. I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
I don't know anything about
It might need to be hot.
relaxing water pouches. That's not my wheelhouse.
Alright, well, what's Katrina doing this morning? She heading down to the mine too, or?
Yeah, Katrina's been up for some time. I think she might already be down at the mine, maybe kind of assembling a team or some sort of equipment, just making sure that they're ready to go down and try and retrieve the gentlemen that were lost.
Yeah, because the details I remember is it would be a week until they could get the safety equipment to start operating. That doesn't necessarily mean when it's safe to go down there again.
Right.
We could go down sooner.
Start operating like what?
Like working again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they wouldn't be able to start working for a week. Alright, so Rainer, you arrived at the mine, and again, you've been down the mine in the morning. Usually it's hustle and bustle, but again, it's very quiet.
He definitely put on the necklace this morning.
The Amulet of Chance?
I think he might have it like under his tunic. Like, it looks pretty cool in his opinion, and he doesn't want to be like, look at this cool thing I have, everybody. But he is thinking of it a little bit. He's not sure why, but he's thinking of it a little bit like, this is a thing that I guess good luck isn't the word I'm looking for, but something along that line.
Well, I mean, you did find it.
Yeah.
So, like...
It's yours.
Right.
By the laws of the universe, it's yours.
You get it.
That's how
I
lakes...
found it, it's mine.
That's how
Exactly.
lakes work.
That's
And
how
things that come out of lakes.
property works.
I mean, that's
according
that's
to...
what King Arthur did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
The thing comes out of the lake, and you get it, it's yours.
I'm basically King Arthur, is what we're
Dibs.
getting at here.
First.
Yes.
Dibsies. So you arrive there, and again, it's pretty quiet comparative to what's normally going on. Katrina is down there talking to Jeremiah the Punchman, and they're discussing it. And they've got a couple of the other workers there, and yeah, they're just discussing their next plan. And you overhear Jeremiah say, and we're just gonna give him a new voice. What do I want him to sound? What should he sound like?
It sounds like Jeremiah from last episode.
We'll play. Okay, so I understand we need to go down there. We need to send a team. I don't want to risk sending more of our men down there, getting hurt and losing them. It's just too much of a risk, Katrina. And I know your father would understand, and he probably feels the same way.
Well, no one's asking you to go, Jeremiah.
I'm not saying I should go. I just don't want to send them either.
I wanted to ask what, there's still people down there, right?
That's correct. Last I checked, there's still 5 people. We've got...
Have we established whether the mine is still smoking?
No, we have not established. You want to look at it?
Rainer looks at the mine.
It is not smoking.
Okay. Just a normal
Cool.
hole in the ground.
I have
right.
I have a lot to learn about playing Knight's Quest, clearly.
No, there's not smoke still coming out of it.
Okay.
You can see into it fine.
Well, if it's all right to ask, what's the plan right now? He's super nervous because he can't get over the feeling that these people are more like qualified to deal with this catastrophe than he is.
Well, to be honest, the plan is... I mean, Katrina and I are trying to figure that out, right?
I mean, I have a plan. You're not happy with it. That's what we...
Pitch your plan again. Let the boy hear.
I don't really care what the boy thinks. It's not his job. We're going down there. We're going to bring supports. We're going to place them every 20 feet. Make sure there's not another collapse. We're going to find the source of the disturbance, and we're going to wall it off, condemn that section, and collapse the entrance to that tunnel so we don't go back down there. And if possible, locate the 5 gentlemen that are still down there.
Actually, now that I hear it again, it's a really good plan. It just conflicts with Nathan's story, but it's logical, and that's the problem.
Maybe she wants more people to help with that.
Oh,
and
but the
he's
problem
unwilling
is, no one is volunteering to go down.
That's fine. Like I said, Jeremiah, you don't have to go down.
I'm not saying me, I'm saying none of the other miners.
I'm saying I have at least 2 individuals who are willing to set up reinforcements.
And who was that?
Well, Jonathan Bismarck and Leroy Baker have volunteered for the job.
They already got in contact with her? Oh my god, that's amazing.
They're on standby.
They're on hold. So that must mean they must have done it before they went to bed, because, yeah.
No. There's a list.
Oh, okay.
There's like a short list of people who are like...
There's a sign-up list on a bulletin board?
Yeah, like emergency...
Rescue
like,
squad.
Yeah. And Jonathan Bismarck and Leroy Baker are always on the top of the list.
Did I get a helmet at some point?
Yeah.
I did.
You got a helmet. Put that in your inventory.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, also put in Jonathan's inventory. He has the canary.
Oh, yeah.
He has a literal canary.
Yeah, he got the canary in a cage from
Okay.
when he went in there last time.
He's freaking terrified because he's still really concerned about the idea of actually going down into that mine where something just exploded, and he still doesn't know what to think about Vegetable Man. And Katrina is like not the person he's most comfortable talking to in the world. So I was trying to make my voice break earlier. It didn't work exactly, but I think he's like, I'd like to volunteer.
Thank you, Rainer. Someone is interested in conserving our town's livelihood.
All right, I'm not saying that it is a bad. Oh, I'm just doing every voice right now. All right,
Fine. You can have a normal.
Oh my God.
All right.
All right,
So
listen.
what we're gonna do here?
Right.
No, I gotta save that for later. He's New York.
He could be a British New Yorker.
Fine, if you've got a plan to go down there, do it. Now it sounds like Salazar.
Yes.
Fuck.
Jeremiah, we have a plan. Are you okay?
Jeremiah just like shakes his head and just he
inhaling
leaves.
Too much mind smoke.
Jeremiah just he kind of just like do whatever you want and he leaves.
I want Katrina to be wearing like 1950s African explorer kind of clothing. So she's got she's got like the slacks and like the kind of flowy white like button-up shirt, and I think
we've never described her.
And everything's like khaki.
Right, and I think she kind of goes over to a table where she's got like blueprints of the mine laid out, and she kind of puts her hands down and then just kind of like slams her fist down on the table.
You know what I realized is going to be an issue? It's like normally when you play Dungeons and Dragons, you explore the mine or the dungeon, and you don't know what it is. We have multiple people who have definitely been in this mine before, and so you will definitely know the layout of the map.
But
I mean, I think Katrina is looking, like there's a map in front of her. She knows what the layout of the map is, but I don't think she's going down there.
Okay.
Yeah, and the explosion could have changed some things.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think,
it has.
And I think
I'll tell you that much.
Jonathan...
I think Jonathan.
Yeah.
This is how I pictured when if we go down there.
We established
Jonathan
that he's not the
knows
hard.
a lot, but he's gonna have to roll to see if he remembers where stuff is.
Yeah. Well, it still looks a lot different in the daytime.
So Rainer has signed up. What do you do next? Katrina's looking at
I
the map.
definitely ask her when were you thinking this would all get started?
Well, I kind of hoped Jonathan would be here by now, but
Yeah.
I'm really waiting on those two.
Maybe I should see if I can track him down.
That would be great.
Yeah, I'll get on that.
Now, do you know that he's staying at the baker's?
I definitely don't.
Okay, so you'll check at his house then.
Probably.
You tell me what you do.
I think before I leave, I think he says, it seems like every time I see you, you're trying to get something done and people are just yelling at you for it.
Thank you. You know, yes, right? It's not just me. Like it's yes, absolutely.
And they all sound exactly the same.
What are you talking about?
Because it's either
They sound-
Salazar or Jeremiah.
They sound, yeah,
As of right now, the same character voice.
they sound like a person trying very hard to sound like different people.
I
And
think maybe
doing
can it
a
be
great
Jeremiah's
job.
thing? His voice is never the same.
Like he has psychological disorder with foreign accent syndrome. Where
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
Oh my
every
God.
time we meet, he'll have a different voice. Haha, retconning,
Perfect.
perfection.
Yeah. Did they already get a hold of you?
What, like?
Sorry. Leroy and Jonathan. Did they already, or were they already like?
Oh, every time I update the short list of emergency mine crew, they're always the first to put their names in the list. So
I forgot about the emergency short list. Yeah. I guess I'll just go see if I can track him down.
great.
Okay. Rainer heads away from the mining area, feeling possibly more confused than before.
And where's he going? He's going to Leroy's place first.
Show me that map.
Here's that map, boy.
Show me that map.
You're here.
I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Leroy's place
Right
was here.
The baker's.
And
Jonathan's is over
Jonathan.
here.
Okay, so he definitely goes past Leroy's first.
All right, perfect. So you head into town square.
Because as far as I know, I need to go get them one at a time.
Perfect. This is brilliant.
Yeah.
All right, so you go head into town square, which is it's stuff's happening there.
Does it look different given what happened yesterday? Do people seem any different?
There is some differences. The stage around the fountain is actually still up. No one has taken it down yet.
Okay.
And you actually see the reader standing outside of his library, kind of announcing to everyone that walks by, saying, "Everyone, gather today at noon for an emergency meeting. I would like to address the terrible calamity that has happened and provide some peace. So please meet in the library at noon today for a service."
I'm guessing it's not nearly noon yet.
No,
Okay.
it's still morning yet. So you've
Cool.
got some time.
Okay.
So that's going to happen.
He's keeping that in mind for later.
Otherwise, the
Possibly.
town square, people are still going around their business. Obviously, no one seems joyful. There is kind of just that air of
Yeah,
like this
definitely.
happened and no one just really wants to talk about it because then it makes it more real.
Yeah.
So there's just kind of that vibe throughout town. And then you get to the baker's place. You have
I
arrived.
forget, what kind of a mine is it?
It's a gold mine.
That's, of course, yes.
The Goldon mine.
So, what does Lysander forge?
He forges weapons
Out of?
iron.
Which he gets from...
He imports.
Trading
Okay.
with
He
the
trades it.
towns,
Gotcha.
maybe?
Yeah, he gets it. And I mean, the
Gets
gold...
it from the Hidgety mine.
Yeah. He gets it from other places. But yeah,
Hidden
he
miners.
forges weapons for the militia base and a lot of tools. It's mainly tools for the farmers in the mine.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he's capable of making all kinds of things.
Do we have a jeweler in town?
We can, yeah. We've got a tailor, but we can have a jeweler.
I feel like if we mine gold for a living...
Yeah.
Like,
Let's put the jeweler. Should he be in town square too?
I
yeah.
guess.
Yeah, we'll put him next to the tailor. Yeah, we do have a jeweler.
Am I at Leroy Baker's?
Yep, you're at their place.
Excellent. I knock politely on the door.
Miss Baker opens the door.
Oh, hello, Raina.
Hello,
It's good to see you again. Would you like some fresh bread we baked this morning? Actually, I got pastries. I baked pastries for once to help everyone through this tough time.
You know what? If I might take one on the road, if that's all right with you. I really need to talk to Leroy, though.
Of course.
She hands you one pastry.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Slap that in the inventory.
All right. Apparently, I'm
Or
not
ju-
eating it yet. I'm
or
putting
just
it in my
write it
You
inventory.
said for the road.
Yeah, that's true.
Or you can eat it.
Yeah.
It's your life.
No, you know what? I'm gonna keep it in my inventory.
Perfect. So you enter inside, and Leroy is awake. He is helping, the family business. Jonathan is
Still asleep.
still asleep.
Do I see him? He's probably off in the bedroom somewhere.
Yeah, he's in the back bedroom.
Yeah.
But yeah, Leroy he's just doing nothing in particular. He's just moving bread around.
Hey,
He
Leroy.
wasn't
how's,
told to. He's just moving bread.
Just going.
You know what? I think it would look better here, and we'll move this.
It's kind of like he's playing like a puzzle. He has some weird puzzle in his head on how to get the optimal bread solution.
Rainer's first thought is like, God, why are you just like moving? What's the point? But his second thought is, oh, that does look better.
You're right. It's like,
Oh, never mind.
There's a system. I've been doing this for years. Trust me. If it's got the way that the grain, not like
No, I believe
grain
you.
of the bread.
Grain.
The
Oh
grain
my
of the
God.
bread lines up.
Oh, yep. We could stop now. That's probably just the best thing. Leroy,
Rainer.
hey,
Hello. Good morning.
Hey, Leroy. I gotta ask you about something.
Yeah, shoot from the hip.
Absolutely. Well, as far as I know, I think you're. Oh, how did you put it? The emergency. Is that ringing a bell? The emergency
The
list.
emergency list for.
I don't remember.
Who? I'm on a couple. For Burn
I
Rust,
guess
for
I'm not
Lysander,
sure.
for Tanner,
For,
for
uh,
Katrina.
for Katrina Gorbo,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, the emergency short list for the mine crew. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. Yes.
I put my name on every list I find.
Okay, that could have some consequences, but ignoring that for now, I think they kind of need all hands on deck as far as
That
the
makes
mine's
sense.
concerned.
When did they install a deck in the mine? That seems kind of useless in my opinion, but I'm down. Let's do it.
Down in the mine.
Down in the
They-
mine. Was that what caused the problem? I think
I'll
that might be.
show you the deck if we go over there because we need to get over there.
Hey, you know what's funny?
Yeah,
Jonathan,
yeah. I'm gonna go talk to him after.
he's here.
Whoa!
He's
I didn't know that.
He's staying here at my place. He
Okay.
just showed up last night.
Wait, you mean
And-
he's here like right now?
He's sleeping, yeah.
Oh my God, we should probably go. I mean, we should probably go wake him up.
Yeah.
We gotta get to
Let's
that
tar
mountain.
and feather
they
him.
need- no, okay, no. I think sometimes that's your like default suggestion,
It
but
really
there are
is.
other probably sometimes better ways of dealing with people.
Okay. We'll just
Yeah,
wake
we'll,
him up.
We'll tackle that conversation.
We'll
another
tackle
day.
him?
Nope, that's not what. I gotta be careful with my metaphors. I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna knock on his door. You know, the classic style.
Good
no
old-fashioned.
tackling. Yeah, sure. Why not?
He's starting now playing like a little beat on the table.
All right. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna go. He just doesn't end the conversation. He just leaves. He doesn't know.
I should join your father's band. I'm getting into this.
You know what? Sure.
Join the one man.
The one-man band that is clearly already two people.
Okay, so you knock on the door.
Yep.
Jonathan responds.
No.
No, he hasn't woken up.
Jonathan, are you actually here? I feel like maybe Leroy is messing with me. I'm not crazy sure why you would be here. Leroy, were you messing with me? This
Nah,
is
he's
weird.
totally here.
He's actually. Is
Unless
he in this
it was
room?
Yeah, he's in there.
Okay, you're sure it wasn't one of these other rooms? These doors look very similar.
Yeah, there's the bedroom.
Yep.
The bread room.
Okay.
And the that's what I said room. I can't go in that one because that's what my parents said. Don't go in that one. Whatever you do, do not go into that's what I said room.
Are you kidding me?
No. Miss Bjornson goes, yes, that is the name of
Miss
the rooms.
Baker. I'm Bjornson.
Oh yeah, Miss Baker says, Miss Baker, yeah, Miss Bjornson's dead.
Oh, wow, thanks for throwing that out there.
And
God.
Miss Baker says,
Yes, please do not go in that room, because that's what we said. But that is the bedroom.
He opens the bedroom.
alright,
He can't deal with all of the nonsense that they just said to him. So he's just
inside
like, all right.
the bedroom is the larger mattress where Mr. and Mrs. Baker sleep, and then there's Leroy's bed, and you find,
Everybody sleeps in the same room.
yeah, there's one
It's
bedroom.
like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
And then Jonathan is sleeping on Leroy's bed,
Alright.
knocked out.
Leroy, where did you sleep?
I slept in the bread. Very comfy.
Okay.
Very comfy.
You know what? One of these days I'm just gonna stop asking when I don't want the answer. Hey, Jonathan, so we gotta get to the mine. They're trying to put together like a team of. Are you actually awake yet? I can't tell.
No.
He goes over. He shakes his shoulder a little bit.
Strength check
Jonathan.
Strength check to see if you wake him up.
Okay, sure. Just I have a -1 to strength,
8.
so 8.
You think that'll wake you up? An 8 out of 20. That'd be enough to contest.
I mean, I'm a heavy sleeper.
Should we have you contest it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Roll. I don't know. I guess also.
What would wake him up?
No, I'm dead
No,
asleep.
he's still
Oh
sleeping.
my God.
I'm so tired.
God, what do I have? I have some Vandelic tea. I have pastry. 2 half cow paintings. I don't have a wake up song for my ocarina yet.
You could just play your ocarina loudly or something.
Just like whistle.
No, wait. You know what? This is a chance for me to, because what I need to do
Ooh.
in this situation is play the ocarina loudly, not well, and that I can do in real life.
Roll music.
I think at that point Jonathan like starts awake. Those aren't my bananas.
Okay, we're rolling music.
Yeah, it was
that's
shitty.
another 8.
It was
God.
shitty, yeah.
Even though I have +3, it
You
still came out to
successfully
8.
did what you wanted. You played the music badly.
Yeah, but did it wake him up? Is the question.
Yeah, he woke. Be awake.
Jonathan.
I think kind of like bleary-eyed, I kind of like look around and I see that there's like light streaming through the windows, and I just kind of yell out the door, "Leroy, you were supposed to wake me up!"
Oh, that's what that meant.
What else could that have meant?
I'm not sure. When you said supposed to wake you up, I thought...
No, this is on you. You can't, no.
I can't think of a clever way to twist this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just forgot.
That's what I thought.
I just forgot.
I think he's got some like colorful pajamas that he's wearing,
Please, yes.
like stars and moons,
Yes.
and like one of those little hats with the.
Mm-hmm. The little droopy cap.
Yeah.
And I think he's like very quickly trying to like pull on his overalls and work boots and like trying to like speedily get ready.
So you probably already know what's up. You know, you already know that they're trying to get people down to the mine this morning.
I mean, I don't know about any of that, but I know I'm on the short list, so like.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. No, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, I'm on the list too, don't forget.
Yeah.
He shouts from the other
We
room.
didn't forget Leroy. You're the one who forgot.
Why
I'm
do you
sorry.
gotta rub it
I'm
in?
sorry
Why do
for
you gotta rub it
yelling at
in?
you,
Why do you gotta rub it
Leroy.
in? I'm just trying to do my job here.
I'm sorry for yelling at you. It's been a weird morning.
When's the last time you went to work?
Yesterday.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, that was really nice. Actually,
It was a
that
thing. It was a
that
whole
was a
big
great
thing.
show. That was a really great show.
We were all there, Leroy. We all saw it.
Yeah. I'm there now. He's still in the other room, like
Cool.
shouting to you guys.
Leroy, where are you right now?
I'm moving the
Still
bread
arranging bread?
and playing the table.
Is that okay? I think we're gonna leave though. You should come with us.
Okay.
All right.
So
Cool.
Leroy grabs his hat from the liquid-containing shelf, which I imagine that's on the hallway to all the rooms where the shelf is. And I'm assuming Jonathan's grabbed all his possessions and things.
I
Yes.
think I already have my hat with me, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Great.
You probably grabbed it this morning.
It's in my inventory.
Perfect. So let's just say it's not quite noon yet. It's maybe an hour or so, so it's like 11. Do you guys do anything to prepare? Or do you guys were just going into the mine? Do you want to prep yourself?
Oh shit! Rainer's really curious about that noon library prayer thing, but we're probably gonna miss it if we go traversing down a mine.
I mean, there's all these things in the town square right now. I mean, you've got Lysanders, the jeweler, a tailor. Oliver is in the town square.
Well, they probably need us, like, now, right? Like, during morning time.
I'm going to let you know, as the main character, you can wait a little bit.
Okay, but he's also concerned, and he's anxious.
If you want to dip down there, you can do that. Or you can prepare for your journey.
Well, okay. He turns to the other two. So, with this whole emergency shortlist thing, is the idea usually, like, get over there as fast as we can? Or what's the situation?
I didn't read the fine print. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
it is titled emergency.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Like, okay,
You see Jeremiah walking up the path
oh.
into the town square, and he's kind of like, has his hands rubbing his face, he's stressed, and he sees the three of you. Well, thank goodness. I'm
Yeah.
going with his accent now.
Hey,
Oh.
Jeremiah, what's going on?
Oh, I was just looking for you three.
Wait, real quick, before I forget, I forgot to punch out yesterday, and I just punched him real hard.
And he's not even upset. He's just like, oh, thank you. Like he's just so used to that. He's got like
I knew I was missing
burly
something.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Good. Now we're all even there. Yeah, I was just trying to find you three. You're on. You're on the short list, right?
Yeah, no, we were about to head over there.
Fuck this voice. Well, there's no rush. I mean, Katrina, she's gathering the supplies for that. I mean, she's
Okay.
getting the. God, now I sound like the dad. Fuck it. We're just going.
No, that was different. Because that was
Oh, that's
wanted
true.
son.
A little more like this, all right. Yeah.
And
We're getting
Salazar
there.
was more like this, so that's completely different.
All right. She's getting the tools and the posts to give you guys to help you down there. So I heard there was a service gonna be happening. I was gonna check in there. I just kind of need that
So-
piece.
So why were you looking for us?
I just wanted to make sure you knew.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Just
Definitely.
remind you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all on the same page, Jeremiah. We signed a paper.
Yeah, I love that.
think
I love
might
writing on paper of any kind.
I think I might have forgotten to actually sign the paper, but I mean.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
basically,
You told me. Yeah.
Right.
We're all right. Yeah.
Right.
You guys gonna be ready for this trip? I mean, you gotta be prepared for this. We don't know what's gonna be down there.
That question, I think Rainer has been very vehemently trying not to think about it.
And I think Jonathan kind of gives him a what do you, it's a mine. We know exactly what's down there. We're there every single day.
I am. I don't know about you, John.
Whoa!
Leroy's like,
I can confirm, have not been there every day. Just want you to know that. I am not prepared. I want more stuff.
Rainer is thinking, I've never been there and I'm terrified. He does not say that out loud.
I think Jonathan kind of puts his hand up for a high five because it was a pretty sick burn on
himself?
Jeremiah's part.
yeah. Jeremiah high fives back.
All right.
They jest. He is a little serious. Like, please show up to work. But he's a good work. Well, I recommend you guys have the tools you need if you need to get supplies or whatnot. I mean, we'll have the structural components
Yeah.
to help keep it up, but if you need personal supplies or whatnot to get down
absolutely.
there.
Oh, boy.
I know Lysander might be able to offer you a deal to help you get, if you need something. We might need something.
I
The tailor.
really hope Lysander doesn't know all of the shit we've been trying to pull on
He
him
doesn't, no.
specifically. Okay.
He doesn't even think you were a part of it. No, he has no reason.
Okay, alright, excellent.
Yeah, we've got about an hour before the service from what I've heard.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for telling us, yeah.
Alright, what do you do?
Carl, I guess I should have thought about this earlier. Jonathan, what do you think we need for, as far as supplies and stuff go?
Well, I think for the most part, most of my gear is up by the mine. So, I mean, I leave everything there. Don't like carrying it back and forth.
Yeah.
So, I'm Gucci there.
There's like specific
Gucci.
clothes that are better for mine.
Yeah,
This is all new for me, because I don't think this tunic is probably going to cut
Gucci,
it.
the demigod of being okay.
Ah, yes, the subservient of the Iolo spirit.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Leroy?
Hey, just because I'm stupid doesn't mean I don't know basic religions, alright?
This is common knowledge.
Well,
There are multiple
now Rainer's the one who
spirits.
feels stupid.
And deities.
I really got to brush up on my.
Yeah, we're going to that service today. We're going to that
Yeah,
service
that'd probably be a good
just
idea.
for you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Alright, so you going to the tailor then to get some?
Probably. I don't think that my tunic and pants combo is probably going to cut it for mine exploration, for spelunking, as it were.
Perfect. Okay, so you head over to the tailor, and
Are
inside.
you like adding that to the map?
No, Taylor's already on here.
Oh, it's already
on
there,
Taylor.
okay.
Yeah, it's on Taylor. So you head over to the tailor. The tailor is a woman, greets you there. You haven't been to the tailors very often, but obviously you're familiar with her. But Leroy is more familiar with her because they work in the same area. And the tailor's name, Don't tell me it's gonna be
Are you asking me?
It's Taylor.
Taylor with a Y.
Yes.
Is Taylor with the Y related to Tanner the Tanner?
No, because
No.
they have different names. They are interested in each other.
Oh. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Tanner and Taylor have a little thing going.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
They'll sometimes spend
Alright.
nights by the Silver Lake. It's cute.
Yeah, because Tanner's always down there tanning.
Yep. And Taylor will go there to get leather to make her stuff.
Oh my god.
This is beautiful.
It all comes together. I love it when a
Taylor is
plan
there,
comes
and she's
together.
she's humming as she's sewing and seaming some stuff.
Seeming?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's a word.
Sure.
Alright.
Oh, hey, Taylor, how's it going?
Oh, it's good to see you, Leroy. How are you and your folks holding up?
Oh, we're holding things, yeah. We're here for clothes. Do you have those?
Yes, Leroy.
I mean,
yeah.
I think she probably does.
What do you need? What kind of clothes are you looking for?
Well, I was hoping, I guess,
I never thought this day would come. My boy's getting his first pair of overalls.
Oh!
Yeah, no, I definitely need some clothes that are a little hardier than, a little more,
Just puts an old tear in Johnny's eye.
Yes. Oh, so do you need a pair of mining equipment, mining gear?
That's exactly what I
For
need,
you?
actually, yeah.
Well, I have plenty of those. I mean, I have to constantly have those in stock.
Yeah, I guess
for
that
the
makes
miners,
sense in this
yeah.
town, right?
So do you mind if I check your size?
No, for sure.
So she,
I
pulls
figured
out-
that would be necessary. I mean,
Pulls out her little ribbon that has some marks on it.
not Rainer's favorite thing in the world, but
I'm measuring
Ribbon?
your- yeah, it's her tape measure.
No. Not his favorite thing in the world isn't ribbon.
No,
He's not
getting measured. This,
Oh,
this
okay.
whole deal. Buying new clothes and like, oh, we're gonna measure. And he's just like, oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So she's measuring. He's like,
No, I hate ribbon, Jake. I just despise it.
Didn't even know.
Yeah, that's true. That's possible.
That's a valid thing that could be.
In this world, possible.
Anything could happen.
Yeah, so she starts, measuring you, and as she's measuring, she's like, oh, Rainer, it's been a while since you have stepped in, or your father. He hasn't ordered a costume in years. I really enjoy making those. Are you ever going to be needing one of those? And she wraps it around your waist.
Like for performances?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh boy, this is definitely bringing to mind the whole thing of like, oh, are you gonna be exactly like your father? And he's just like, yeah, I'll get back to you on that one. I guess I'm not completely sure if that's gonna be the route I go for performances.
Let
and
me know.
such.
I do enjoy making costumes. It's a fun break between overalls and tunics. So,
oh yeah, I can imagine.
Well, Burnrust has some requests, and this noble minster fellow,
Oh yeah.
he just ordered the strangest set of clothes from me. He wanted some anti-chicken feather PJs. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. But
Is
I'm
Leroy here with us?
Leroy's snickering. He's
The
like,
look.
I
The
think
look. Yeah.
Jonathan's just like.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard of, too.
Rainer gives him a look like, don't fucking say anything.
she kind of looks over at the two of you and just kind of like rolls her eyes and smiles a little bit.
So I got a question about that.
Yes.
Are you lining them with down?
Yeah, hidgety pidgety feathers.
I happen
From
to
the
have.
hidgety-pidgety.
I happen to have a bag of feathers. If you need more feathers,
Jonathan, I know the difference between chicken feathers and hidgety pidgety.
I don't have any feathers. That was a test.
This is my profession. I know fabrics.
This is not
and
my first feather rodeo.
I remember last time when you said you
Oh,
had
no.
the finest plumes, and they were definitely just chicken feathers that
Oh,
you had
jeez.
dipped in colors.
Different dyes.
Yeah, different dyes. So she.
Do we have that kind of person in our town? I don't even know what that profession would be.
I have dyes to change the
Okay, I
fabric.
guess that makes sense. I'm just picturing in Breath of the Wild though. There's like one building you go to change the color of your clothes.
I mean, I feel the tanner and the tailor would both have dyes.
Yeah, they work together on that.
But they would be
Because of the red and yellow.
right.
Right.
But the tanner would have more water-based dyes,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
the tailor would have more like
Ink.
pigment and ink.
Who says fantasy adventure stories can't be educational?
Yeah, we're
I'm
No
learning
one,
so
no
much.
one says that.
no one says this.
No, the specific words I used did not work
Anyway,
for that joke.
She Taylor goes back
Yeah.
and she grabs some overalls and some rougher looking long sleeve shirt, some boots, and brings them out for you. She says, "I adjust your size here for you. We can take those. That'll be what do you need these for?"
Well, we're going down in we're the emergency shortlist.
Oh, the emergency shortlist crew. Oh, well then in that case, you can just take these.
Oh, are you sure? I mean,
I mean my
I have 5 gold. That's all I have.
I mean, if you want to pay, I'll take 1 gold piece if you want to, but you can have it, especially since you're going down there and you're going to be helping find those 5 men that we lost down there.
That's so considerate of you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So you've now got these mining clothes, which Leroy also has his pair. I mean, that was something that he got.
Right.
And these clothes will give you protection from
The mine.
the mine.
I really thought you
Yeah.
were gonna say like snakes or something.
You do +3 poison damage. Poison
So
protection.
if anything
like some
mine
random-
related is going to harm you, like if you were going to get like a cut or a bump, you won't.
Or like a
Mining.
skinned knee.
Yeah, skin knee,
I
you're
hate
good from
those.
that. You're good from that.
Okay.
And I might give you like resistance from like a rock hitting you.
Yeah, do I need to change like one of my stats or anything now?
Yeah, we don't really have like an armor class stat.
No.
I
I mean, we could add resilience under strength.
Yeah, let's put. I like that.
okay.
Resilience under strength, and the mining equipment will give you. Do we want it to be like a standard set or like pluses?
I think pluses.
Yeah, that's.
Well, it depends, because I feel like resilience would be a good stat, because if we do change clothes at some point, it might be good to just have a standalone thing. Because like in other tabletop games, when you roll like defense or when you roll against an injury or some misfortune, you
Yeah.
roll against that
Stat.
armor
Yeah,
or
that
so,
armor.
so maybe resilience is its own thing.
Yeah, and then we can have different things under like you're more resilient against. So yeah,
Yeah,
let's
okay.
make resilience a new stat that you have.
Cool.
And right
and
now,
then strength can stay as like the
your
the
punch-
other
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yep. So resilience is a new stat that you
Cool.
have. Make sure you give Leroy this one as well.
I don't have Leroy, you do.
Oh, I do have Leroy.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Uh.
Let's give it where add your strength. So you would be 10 plus your strength is your standard resilience. That's what you would write in the big box. So yours would be. Could you want to just write 10 plus strength so we don't forget?
Whoa, we've been going like +1 or 2 for everything else though.
Yeah, this isn't a plus. This is like something that I would have to roll against to see if
So
I was.
this goes in here, or this goes
The big
in
box,
Okay,
the big box.
resilience.
Yep. So yours would be 12. Yours is right now 9. But then you have +3 to mining related,
Okay.
So-
So
like a pickaxe. If a pickaxe tried to hit you, or a rock, or coughing from the dust, anything that a mine. And you can argue like if I say something, you're like, this is mining related.
Excuse me.
All right. So you now have mining gear.
woo.
Mining gear, which is perfect. So make
Oh,
sure you
yeah.
write down under in the sub part +3 mining
Right.
related. All right, so it's now about noon as you leave, unless you want to do anything with Taylor. Actually, she's kind of closing the shop too. She's like, "Are you guys going to the service?"
I hadn't really thought about it, to be honest.
I feel like the whole town is kind of going there. Is kind of like a solidarity thing.
Yeah, I suppose.
I think that'd probably be a good idea.
I mean, it's up to you, Rainer.
All right, I'm down. Let's go.
Yeah, Rainer wants to go for several reasons, but the one he says to the other guys is because of that religious studies thing they were making fun of him for earlier.
Does Katrina and or Quiz go?
Yes.
Both.
Yep.
Cool. Burnrust goes as well. Nobleman, sir, he goes because Burnrust kind of like forces him to go. Just kind of like, this is what we do now. So the whole town's there. Everybody's at the service, and so they pack into the library. There is enough seating. It is still kind of tight though. Usually not everyone comes to this kind of thing, but
Right.
Everyone can fit comfortably. And the reader is standing up in the front, and the blind man that's usually there is still kind of in his spot, still trying to read.
Oh my god, I forgot about him.
And the reader goes up front, and it's not so much a pulpit as like there's a little elevated stage, and there is a table that has a bunch of books facing you guys, and there is a spot where he can put a larger book on top. So I guess it is still a pulpit, but it's also a bookshelf
Yeah.
as well. He stands there, and everyone kind of gathers in. Where do you guys want to sit? In the front, middle, back?
I think Quiz is sitting with Burnrust,
Mhm.
because they probably came together.
They came together.
And I think,
Burma's probably woke up Quiz to get him to come,
well, he was already, yeah.
or got him out of his hangover.
Yeah, I think Katrina is probably sitting. I think she's standing. I think she's
standing?
kind of standing at the back of the room.
Yeah, allowing more seating for everyone else, or because she's got a dip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's got other stuff on her mind, but she wants to be
Right.
here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so Rainer, where do you want to sit?
Oh, I guess. Close.
I think Jonathan walks over to like behind one of the bookshelves and pulls out a stack of 3 chairs that he hides.
In the bookshelf?
For the
Yeah.
group.
No, like behind a bookshelf.
Oh, okay.
Like near the wall. So he
Mhm.
like takes the 3 chairs out and like hands one to Leroy and hands one
Are these
to
like
Rainer.
foldable
Perfect.
chairs?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, we have those. And sure enough, your father Bjorn Bjornsson is there. He's kind of in the midst. Salazar, he's sitting near the back, kind of next to Katrina, but not too close. But they're like near each other. Lysander's here. Taylor and Tanner are next to each other. Even Terrence showed up.
Oh.
Terrence.
Yeah, he's also kind of near the back, just because he's. I feel like he in religion is a little tense. He's a beggar. And so everyone's there in this little quiet murmur, but as soon as the reader steps up front with a large, ornate, beautiful book with lovely embossing and finely painted, he comes up and he slams that on the podium.
Jeez.
Which is just how he starts every service, and that's kind of like the symbol like we're starting. And he creaks it open. The pages are lined with gold edging. And you can't see what's written on it, obviously, but you know that this is an important book from the few times that you've come before for services. And the reader, I won't say everything he says, but I'll give you some snippets. And he's like, my dear fellow towns members, people of Golden, we are here to gather together to join hands as we think about the tragedy that has happened yesterday and the 5 men that are still missing. I want to give these men names.
And there's definitely 5?
Yep, definitely 5.
Okay.
I'm going to name 2. Jake, you're going to name 2. Rainer, you're going to name 1.
Okay.
Are these just...
Oh, God.
They're just some people. The people that are down there.
Okay.
Now the pressure's on.
What are the names? Maybe if they're related to each other in any way.
Edward Nelson and Quincy B. B-E-E.
Quincy B?
Did we ever establish, for all 3 of... I think for every character so far, we've made a mention that they're human. Are there other bee species?
Yeah, there's other races.
Are there? Okay.
They're not as common here in Glenwood, but like you've heard of, there's elves, there are orcs, and,
Okay.
Trolls are the main ones, and you've seen like some people pass through here
Okay.
that you thought to yourself, that's a funny looking person, but you were too shy to talk
Cool.
to them about it.
All right.
Actually, Jonathan has seen elves before back where he lived beforehand.
Oh, cool.
So he has met elves before.
Okay, but as far as this town,
Goldon
it wouldn't be likely that one of the miners was
Yeah.
anything else. Okay.
No. One of them, actually, Edward Nelson is a little orcish.
Cool.
Got a little orcish in his blood.
What were the names
Jamie,
so far?
we've got Edward Nelson, Quincy B.
Come up with yours first. I'm still thinking.
Okay, I'm gonna make mine brothers. We're gonna have Finn and Wilson Barkley, the Barkley brothers.
I think Lyra, Lyra, Nivens,
Nivens, I love it.
Nivens.
Nivens. Okay. So, the reader continues, we're here to remember the 5 men that are currently still trapped in the mine.
Lyra is definitely a woman.
Lyra's a woman.
Yeah.
I love it. The 4 miners who are trapped.
The 5 miners.
The 5 miners. Damn. Okay. Let's retake. We are here to remember the 5 miners who are still trapped in the mine. Edward Nelson, who came to us a few years ago from the country of Rillian, so strong, and his laugh could be heard throughout the entire town. Quincy B., the son of the beekeeper, who...
Okay. The guy whose last name was B became a beekeeper.
It's the other way around.
Okay.
Who decided to take his own and to help the community in the mine. And of course the Barkley brothers, Finn and Wilson, whom you all know could beat all of us in any game that they decided to play. And of course Lyra Nivens, her heart so kind. Everyone here can think of a time where she lent a hand to help you in a tough strait. And now we are in a position where we need to help them. And I think it's important at this time that we remember when things are uncertain, when things are unclear, when things are scary, that we remember the one who is in control of everything. And he points at the book, and then he points up the writer, who, in his marvelous story, has written out the good and the bad moments, so that way we can have a life that is not dull and boring, but can help us to grow and to be better people. And we hope that in this moment, the story for Edward, Quincy, Finn, Wilson, and Lyra, their story continues. That is our hope that we have now. But I also would like to remind us another key point of our beliefs. The writer has chosen someone to become a hero. The one person who has free will to do what they want, and we don't know who that is. But we believe that it could be any one of us. So live out your life as if you were the hero. as if you had the free will to change the world. So maybe, what does that mean for us today? To go and to support the B family and the Barclays and Lyra's husband. Go and support them. End them your peace. Help them. Comfort them. Maybe you can help the Gorbos in a rescue mission. Maybe that is what you are called out to do. Or maybe your job as the hero is to continue out your life to keep this town afloat even during this tough time. We do not know who the hero is, but we must act as if we are that hero so that we can fulfill our role in the writer's story.
I have some questions about this religion, and I'm wondering if maybe it'd be better to wait until afterwards.
Yeah, so I think maybe he reads a couple, texts from the book related.
No, I mean me in real life. And I'm wondering if I should wait until we're not recording to ask them, because
No, I think we
feel
can.
like I feel like it would break it up a little bit.
No, I think if they're related to religion, we should.
Okay,
do it
yeah.
now.
Then
Go for it.
does is the commonly accepted belief that we don't have free will?
Yeah. So the basic tenets of writerism is that there's a writer. He's, controlling the whole story, and that supposedly everyone, their actions, what they do, what they say, is just a matter of he wrote it with his mighty pen. Is the phrasing.
Okay.
So everything we do is a part of his story. But then another tenet that was given to the prophet who founded this, he had a vision that if everyone was a puppet controlled by strings, that one person was cut free from those strings. They are the hero, and they did that because the writer knew that in order to make the story better, that he couldn't do it alone. And so there's one hero who came alongside the writer to help create a better story. Now, no one knows whether that hero has come already. That's kind of the big debate amongst writerism and all the different belief systems under writerism is how does the hero work? And here in Glenwood, they believe they're a type of writerism called panism, where they believe that all of us could be the hero, and so we have to live our life accordingly. So they're a lot more promoting, action and fighting against things. I mean, it was that thing that led the people to, have a rebellion against their oppressive people and created Glenwood in the first place because they believed that we could be the heroes, so we should take action.
Okay.
So yeah.
Wow.
And no one knows if
I
there's
guess that's the main one, yeah.
Yeah.
That was my primary question. If I think of more, I will certainly let you know.
Perfect. So yeah, the reader reads a couple sacred texts from the book, concerning what to do during difficult times, how the hero should act, just kind of things. And it brings a sense of peace to most of the people, but I think, how does Rainer react?
Oh boy.
Does it give him peace or does it make him more stressed?
Shoot, I'm trying to figure out how this synthesizes with the stuff he was worried about in the conversations he had in the previous day. I don't know for sure. God. I think for the moment, he's trying not to think about his own part in all of this because that still definitely stresses him out and those questions. I think he's trying to focus on the part that he mentioned of the writer's will, and he's reasonably sure that means they'll be okay, especially the 5 people. So I think he's trying to put his faith in that for now.
Okay. So the service ends. People start kind of flooding out. Unless you say something, Jake, I'm just going to assume that Quiz and Katrina go back to their places.
Yeah, Quiz is not an outside person today.
So, yeah, and has Quiz noticed his weird picture that he drew the night before? Does he have any thoughts about that?
I don't think so.
Oh, does he not remember it?
No, I think he was kind of in a daze when he drew it, and I
Okay.
think it's just wherever he left it.
Okay. Cool. We'll touch on that later then. So, Murgic crew, what are we doing? Murgic gang, the Murgicians.
Oh, that was my other question I wanted to ask. We've mentioned other gods a few times. So are those just completely separate religions?
Yeah, so there's many, many religions. The religion of Glenwood is the writerism. But it's a common understood belief. They believe that the writer is the most powerful spirit, most powerful being, and that even the other deities, he controls what they do.
Right.
Okay,
in a
so we
sense
do
that he
believe
writes
they
them.
exist.
Yeah, but you believe that yours is the most powerful one.
Right.
Okay.
That many
So
years
it's kind of like Greek mythology.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Where
okay.
there is one or more like Norse mythology. There's one all father. There's one all powerful thing that all the other gods serve.
Yeah, and it's not so much serving. He controls them.
Right.
They're part of his story.
Interesting.
To create
okay.
things. That he.
So I guess it would make sense to not think of them as other equal gods. More
Right.
just More
They
just like
call them
other,
spirits.
Other
They're referred to
parts
as
of this
spirits.
world, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah. The common return to them is like great spirits and minor spirits, and then there's the rider.
Okay.
So that's what your religion would believe. Obviously, other religions would claim theirs is the more powerful one.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, guys. Are we ready to go?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think let's best thing to do is just get on in there.
All right. So you guys head down to the mine. I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yes.
Head to the mine. Is Katrina down there still?
Yeah.
Explain what she's doing.
Katrina's got a length of rope that she and a couple other miners are kind of securing
okay.
outside the mine. So they've driven a metal stake into the ground that they've secured the end of the rope to, and they've got a pile of these metal stakes with like circular eyelets at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a couple of miners who are securing one in the wall right at the entrance and feeding the rope through it.
Kind of like
as
a safety cable.
like a guide rope, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're pretty busy doing that.
Leroy, he rushes in. He's like,
Alright guys, we're here. We're gonna go in that mine. We're gonna save those homies, and then we eat cake. That's my plan right now.
Yeah, no, that was definitely the plan.
Is there cake?
That last part...
My mama's always got cake.
I mean, that last part was kind of like, not specifically, but I think the rest of it, we were already kind of planning
Cool.
to do that.
Katrina, do you got anything for us?
So, from what I've gleaned from talking with the boys, it seems as though they have no issue going in. They just don't want to be first. So the three of you are going to be spearheading this rescue party. And the further down into the mine you go, we will have a crew taking up the rear, kind of putting in a guide rope and supporting the tunnel behind you.
So we can be attached to this rope thingy, or like...
It's more of a handhold type
Okay,
thing.
cool. Because I don't want to be restricted.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a free man.
That you are.
You heard the reader. I am the hero.
Sure you are.
everyone's just like, yes, Leroy, of course.
I would be 100% down with Leroy actually being the hero. If that turns out to be literally true, that would make my day. This is like a Neville Longbottom situation we got going on here.
So I have a pickaxe, but I think I would like a mattock as well, only because it has that kind of flat part on the back to kind of pry things.
You guys mentioned that last time, and I'm trying to remember what makes it different.
So pick on one end and then kind of more like a hoe on the other end.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Used for like scraping or
Yeah.
things like that. So yeah, you can. There's tools, and obviously as the rescue crew, you guys can grab
I'm
what
gonna
you need.
slide a hammer and a chisel in my
Perfect.
tool belt, and I've got.
Are these tools and supplies just available somewhere?
Yeah, I mean there's a little
I think Rander's probably just trying his best to copy exactly what Jonathan is doing.
yeah there's a little store hut, not store, just like a store room where they keep all the tools and supplies like outside the mine that people like. Most miners store their equipment there. They don't need to bring it home. So yeah, these are all your personal tools.
Yeah, and
you
I
have.
think I want a canteen with some water in it, and one of us needs to get a first aid kit.
On it, yeah, for sure.
Okay. You got a first aid kit. Leroy, he grabs a shovel, just kind of flings it over his head.
He's like, it's a really big spoon, and I know how to use those.
Otherwise, like,
All
yeah,
right,
he grabs
sure.
a canteen as well, and all of your helmets they have
Definitely canteen.
a spot where like you put a candle and it kind of radiates the light out.
Cool.
So it's not a light bulb, but it gets the job done.
Yeah. Do we have is gunpowder a thing?
We have you have an explosive powder.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it in tubes? Is it just in a pouch? Like how do we?
Yeah, you don't have a lot of this. You don't use it. It is kind of a newer development. It uses a bit of magic to get the job done. But yeah, you've got some. Let's picture like dynamite-esque sticks, but they're a little smaller.
Okay. I want to grab 4 of those.
Okay.
Cool.
So we'll call them. What do we want to call these things?
Blasting sticks.
Blasting sticks. Yeah, that's perfect. 4 blasting sticks. Straightforward. I like it. What I love about this moment is while like I've prepared what the inside of this mine is going to be like, and I pictured how it would work, y'all are getting way really realistic on how you would do this. It's like in my head, I'm like,
well, I am a miner.
Yeah, no, Jake is the one who's getting
it'll work. This
realistic.
is still
I have
gonna work.
no
This is
idea
still
what
gonna
I'm
be
doing.
awesome. This is why I love this game. Like I can prep as much as I want, and then y'all show up and like, so we're gonna use our brains here, and just run into a mine. And
Again,
I'm like,
Jake is doing that. Me, not so much.
you're using your head. You
I'll
got some
try my
clothes.
best.
Yeah.
Alright, so we good to go? Katrina, is there anything else we need to know?
I don't think so. I mean, unless you wanted to talk with anyone who was down there and see if there's anything you need to know.
Yeah, is there anybody that knows, like, the mines? Is there any, like, shady figures around?
I was gonna say Jonathan.
Jonathan, you know this mine, right?
I mean, yes.
Cool.
You see
I thought you were gonna ask him something.
Nah,
You-
I mean, we'll figure it out when we get down there.
You know the important, useful information about this mine, right? Cool. Just walks away.
We'll figure it out.
Rainer, as Jonathan and Leroy are like actually prepping up and getting things, you
Yeah.
see out of the corner, right? You see Oliver kind of walk up to the fence.
The vegetable guy?
Yep, the fence of the mine area, and he's just there. He's standing there.
He approaches him, and he says, a little bit joking, sure hope you know what you're doing.
Oh, I have no clue.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess all just kind of a gut thing. But
Yeah, alright.
you heard what the reader said today, right?
Yeah,
I think from like where he is, Jonathan's noticed that Rainer is kind of like moved away, and I think like from where he is, he's like,
oh no.
Oliver, I swear to God, you better not be talking about that stupid stuff anymore.
Be careful. Baz Al Ghul is waiting. He is still weak.
Oh my God.
It's been only a few days, so I'm glad we're getting down there right away. But
Oh my god.
his strength is not so much in his power, but in his words.
What is this?
So, when you find him, beware of his wily ways. All right, good luck down there.
You're warning me against somebody who convinces me with their words,
Yeah.
even though it might sound crazy.
Yeah.
And I hope you realize how incredibly similar that sounds to you right now.
You know.
Because you're trying to convince me to go down into a mine when I have no
Yeah.
experience, for no other reason than I'm the one who needs to, and you feel it really strongly.
You know, when you
Like-
put it like that, yeah, I mean, you're right. But I guess in ways, extreme ends do have to use similar tactics. So,
Oh my god, I'm actually doing this. I guess, I mean, I can't really judge you for being strange and crazy if I'm doing the same thing.
yeah,
so.
that's not my thing, though. So, all right. Well, good luck, Rainer. May the writer be with you.
Yeah.
May his words guide your story. All right.
That is an interesting... Do we have any... When we talk about the writer's words, is that something we have in any way? Do we receive that in some kind of holy book or anything like that?
We believe that everything is the writer's words. I mean, when he
Okay.
when he writes something, he creates. Like a tree was
Oh,
created by the
okay.
writer. So, like,
gotcha.
a big thing on the religion is recording history because you're recording
Yeah.
the words of the writer. The founding prophet did have some visions. That's how we started the whole thing.
Okay.
And some people have claimed to hear direct words from the writer.
I think Rainer, one of the things he's found toughest to believe is the tenet of, like, literally everything is the writer's words and therefore the writer's plan. I think he has some trouble with that. Just, the whole, I have trouble believing because of the problem of evil, that whole thing. I think,
It
that's
should
a big
also be
one for
known
him.
that no one also says, like, this is a key difference between, like, Christianity and writerism. In Christianity, God is love. The writer is not all loving. He creates
okay.
a good story. And so he
Interesting.
has to create evil to create conflict, to create a story.
Ooh, okay.
So that's still... So
That
he creates the evil,
That
too.
is interesting. I'm
He
going to
creates
think about
the
that
evil,
a
too.
lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is also his hand.
Rainer shakes his head and says, thank you. And he heads back towards the mine.
Cool.
All right, we going in, boys?
I mean, that's what we came here to do.
Yeah.
In that case, let's get the show on the road.
And you enter into the mine. Hello, everybody. It's me, Nathan. Thank you so much for listening to that last episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the conflict starting to build up, some tension, all that crazy stuff. I have with me here today a special guest, actually. You know him. You love him. It's Leroy Baker. Everyone, give a round of applause for Leroy.
Thank you, Nathan, for having me here. It's really cool to be a part of this. Don't try to think too much about how this makes sense in the fiction at all. Just let it happen.
So Leroy and I actually have a couple quick thank yous and announcements. First of all, last week we asked you guys to leave us some reviews on Apple Podcast, and one of you did. So, Leroy.
Yeah, thank you so much to CoKid10 for that lovely review. 5 stars. Thank you so much. Really appreciate those kind words. If you are enjoying the show right now, dear listener, please leave us a review on iTunes. Really helps us out. We're brand new. We're fresh, like a fresh baked bread. And if you let people know about it real quick, whether word of mouth or by leaving a review, that makes more people want to taste our fresh bread.
Yes, we're just one big loaf of bread. Also, if you're enjoying what you're listening to, we've got ways for you to get more content. Leroy, how can they find out about that?
Yeah, well, we've got 2 ways. We've got an Instagram account, Knights.Quest, and Facebook, Knights.Quest.podcast, where you guys can find all kinds of things like my bread recipes, how to properly arrange grain, the best way to play a table with your hands. Actually, Leroy, that's not the kind of stuff you'll find. If you follow us on those on Instagram and Facebook, you'll actually find character sheets, item cards. We have the map of Goldon up right now. So if you want to see those, see what we're talking about, I understand this is an audio medium and we have some visual things at our hands. And we want you guys to be able to see those too because we're making them. And we want you guys to get the full immersive feeling that we have. Yeah, I mean, I'm immersed in it because I'm an actual character in this world. This is my life, but I guess for you that might be more helpful.
All right, well, thank you, Leroy, for joining us. And you listeners, I'll try to have a new guest with me every week, try and spice things up. But again, thank you so much for listening. Please tell people about it. Please read reviews. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And we will see you next week as we go in to the Goldon Gorbo Mines.